then you could really, you could die out at the sea. So I'll just be honest with you, it could turn ugly, so ugly, tentacles everywhere.
Hey, 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 it's your host, Karrington, and here I am with K&K's Indie Gaming Corner. You can catch us at all of our socials on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at KK Indie Gaming, and especially on our Twitch at KK Indie Gaming. With that, I've also got my wonderful and amazing co-host who decided to move all the way back home 3 hours away in West Virginia, Kyle.
I'm pleasantly surprised you jumped right into the socials. You just was like, dude, listen, people, we are on social media. Go follow us and then listen to the show.
Absolutely. Go follow us. Go see what's up because we're getting back into the swing of things. You know what I mean? I've been streaming a little bit back into the streaming business, and we're here recording. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Follow us.
And I'm gonna apologize in advance. My webcam is messing up constantly right now, so I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I moved back to West Virginia. So you can tell this lovely background is my future office. It is a disaster in here. Just painting the walls. Did a bunch of stuff to the house, and we're still doing a lot more work to the house. So progress, and I've played like this much video games. Very minimal.
I can imagine. I've played a little bit more video games, but since we are an indie gaming show, the amount of indie games I've played is very small. I've been continuing to play Chained Echoes on stream. Got a chance to play Sploosh XL. Is that what it's called? Poosh?
Poosh.
Poosh XL.
Poosh.
Yeah, I got to play that on stream.
By Adam Nickerson.
Yes, and what a wonderfully addicting game that is. I'll just really briefly talk about it because Kyle, you watched me play it on stream, and it's a very simple indie game. A lot of Adam's games are very simple but very addicting as well, because I've played Ding Dong XL as well, and that's wonderfully addicting as well. But anyway, Poosh XL, you are basically a neon orb, and you got two modes. Mode number one is survival. Just you go up a straight line as far as you can while dodging obstacles. Sounds easy. Spoiler, it's not. And then
just like Ding Dong XL, like it's challenging.
It is very challenging. Like I am simplifying it so much. The music is glorious. It reminds me of when Daft Punk did the soundtrack for Tron. Like that's what it reminds me of.
I will say the music is spot on. I haven't put in as much time, but I did get a high score of like 637, which is
nice.
Super good. But yeah, I mean, and the thing that I appreciate about Adam's games is he puts love, blood, sweat, tears into these titles, and he doesn't nickel and dime you for them. Like they're such reasonably priced. I picked up Ding Dong XL for $2.99, I believe, and then his entire collection was only $5 on Steam.
Yep, I got Ding Dong XL on Switch for 99 cents, and I did the same deal you did on Steam, which was like $5 for all of his games.
Yeah. So think about it. Take one night, don't pay for your Fortnite skins, go buy Adam's games, play them. I promise you, if you enjoy arcade games, high score games, games that are challenging yet you can spend 5 minutes and be done. You can play for 5 minutes and be done, and then come back and play 5 more minutes, or you can play for hours, depending on how how good you want to get at the game. But it's well worth every penny.
Every single penny, and in some instances, every single dollar.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's actually a good start off to the show there, mentioning that. I like I said, I've been so involved with other things in life outside of games that I kind of forgot that released.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. I've been actually really busy myself. Like I said, I haven't been playing much indie games. So for all you people that follow us for indie game stuff, I apologize. We apologize. You know, some two heavy hitters came out recently. I just couldn't help it. You know, with Jedi Survivor coming out, it is amazing. And for me personally, the Advance Wars 1 and 2 remake on Switch, it's everything I need out of a turn-based strategy game and more. Because Wargroove is an indie game which was inspired by Advance Wars. There were a couple of quality of life things that I particularly like that Advance Wars has that Wargroove just slightly misses the mark. But don't get me wrong, Wargroove is still easily a 9 out of 10. I'm pretty sure what I rated it when we reviewed it. But Advance Wars just does some slight things just a tad bit better. And the remake, gosh, it is so gorgeous.
Well, that's interesting that you mentioned Wargroove because they recently announced a sequel to the game coming out, Wargroove 2. And I feel like if you have not had the chance to play Wargroove, that's something that you should definitely check out. And if you like Advance Wars, and I'd like to know personally, because I had friends that were obsessed with Advance Wars. I didn't jump into that. I feel like while those games were being played, I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Kind of, I feel like they both released on the Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
But is Advance Wars and Wargroove, is there a big difference between the game style, or do they kind of go hand in hand with each other?
Advance Wars is... How's this? Wargroove is much more fantasy-based, if I remember right, because I haven't played Wargroove in a little bit, but I remember it being more fantasy-based, like in a setting and stuff. So I remember like there's trees as your units for some of the characters. You know, dragons, things like that.
Yeah.
Advance Wars is more like war. You know, there's tanks, airplanes, things like that.
Infantry.
Yeah, exactly. So the setting's different, but the main premise is the same, where there's your own. Each team has a headquarters, and you win by either destroying all of the units on the map or capturing your enemy's headquarters. So they are the basic premise is the same.
Okay, and they're both tactics. I mean, I guess it's Advance Wars Tactics. I don't know. They both look similar, but different. Not genres. What's the word I'm looking for? Different settings.
Different settings.
Themes.
Yeah. And you know, every little thing that Nintendo did with Advance Wars, the remake, it was built from the ground up, so it's not just a simple port or anything. Yeah. So, I think I tweeted out immediately, like, I can't tell if the game is easier or if I'm smarter, if the AI is different. And then I started looking around. Everyone says the AI is the same, so maybe I just have the AI memorized from like 20 years ago.
That's I mean, it's crazy. That game, it released.
I was
about almost 20 years ago, right?
Yeah, because I want to say it came out. The Game Boy Advance came out in 2001.
Okay.
I want to say Advance Wars came out a couple years after that, I think. Don't quote me on it. I'm not looking at stuff because we are just talking right off the cuff here.
Yeah. Maybe it's something I should go check out, dive into. Speaking of diving, I have spent many hours playing Dredge.
Yes. Talk about that. Yeah, what do you think about it so far?
I love it. It might be one of my favorite games this year. So think of like a fishing simulator, but like maybe kind of a fishing sim. I don't know. It's a fishing game where you upgrade your boat. And you also build story through connecting with different characters on different islands. And not only that, but there's horror elements to the game. So fishing through the day is safe. Fishing at night brings out all these cryptid, horrific looking fish that are mutated. And some of the merchants prefer to have those fish over your typical fish. I love it. I think everybody should check it out. It's a game in 2023 that you don't want to let pass up, for sure.
I will definitely check it out.
There's something relaxing about it too. Like, all right, I just upgraded my motor on my boat. Let's go out and let's go fish for a little bit. But it's stressful at the same time too, because the only way time progresses in the game is through boat movements. So as you're going forward, the time is passing by. As you're turning your boat, time is passing by. And so you want to make sure either you're ready to fish at night or that you're at a safe spot at by the time night hits. And if you're too far away, then you could really, you could die out at the sea. So I'll just be honest with you. It could turn ugly, so ugly. Tentacles everywhere striking you from all sides of your boat.
Oh my, this sounds
Yeah.
incredible.
It is. It's a really good game, and I highly encourage anybody to try it out. I don't know if it is on Game Pass.
I don't think it is, because I was looking for a different game earlier today that I thought Darkest Dungeon 2 was on Game Pass, but I don't think it is.
The first one is, or at least it was as of a month ago.
Okay.
And Darkest Dungeon 2 released. I've not played that yet.
But
the first one is so good. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel so weird. All this stuff is coming out. We haven't really played. We haven't done much. So, but we're gonna get back into it.
Yeah. That's the goal. Like, we just once we record, we need to chat, catch up. I need to figure out a schedule in life where I can spend a little time doing something other than working on the house.
Fair enough. And I need to just,
do
the same, because I've been getting into disc golf again because it's warmer out. I just played in a tournament on Saturday, so
it's that time of the year. It's that time to start playing again. I want to go out on a whim here.
Okay.
I know these games aren't indie, and right now we're going to acknowledge it because these games are very special in the gaming community itself. Excuse me. Jedi Survivors.
It is fire.
Better than
the first one.
Oh, yeah. Why can't I?
Jedi
first one.
Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So far, I'm gonna say yes, because I feel like the controls are a bit tighter this time around. Because I felt like the first one, where I would like block, and for whatever reason, it would take. I felt a lag in the controls in a game that was where blocking and dodging was very important.
Mm-hmm.
This time around, I feel like I don't have that issue anymore, and I feel like everything I loved about the first game, they just like turn all that stuff up to like 11. So the set pieces are bigger. There was one part, as soon as it happened, my dad went through it first. He said, okay, when you guys hit this part, you'll know it's amazing.
Has your dad beat it?
No, not yet. We're all around the same area, which I'm not going to drop any spoilers or anything.
Yeah, you're good.
But it happened. For me, I was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And then Donovan hit it. He was like, dude. So there's just like moments. And it's not like a big story moment. It was just a big like gameplay moment, I should say. Like the set pieces are just incredible.
Yeah. Cinematics are beautiful. Even the gameplay and the combat. The combat is very much Arkham Knight style, or Assassin's Creed style, I guess you could say. It's a very tight combat system, and this game takes what Fallen Order was and like perfects it.
Yes, agreed. Absolutely agreed. And I'm loving the story more this time around than I did the last time around, for sure, so far. And I'm probably a good 6-7 hours into it, I think.
Good. Oh, that's awesome. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, and every time I play it, it's a good 2-3 hours every session. Like, I cannot put it down.
Yeah, I need to spend more time on that. But the thing is that game just released, and then Zelda, which we can't ignore because Zelda is a step, not a stepping stone, it is the game of games. It's there with Mario. It's what I want to say, forefather of gaming. It's not what I'm looking for, and I want to say the grandfather. It's not what I'm looking for. I want to say a pillar of gaming.
It is a franchise that carries a lot of weight.
Oh, and it would be stupid to go on and not mention it, not acknowledge its existence, because it's out now. Tears of the Kingdom is out, and the thing. So if you know anything about me, and when it comes to gaming, I love trolling and I love messing with people, whether it comes to not deliberately ruining matches for people, but just kind of just messing around with people in general. And so I've been seeing on Twitter and Instagram, Link is building these robots, building these bridges, these. I have not played it yet, so I don't understand the power of it. But trolling the is it the Krikos
Yep.
and just messing with them. I saw he had one on he built a someone built a Trojan horse, and then he was trying to get into Ganon's castle in it and just riding down the hill on the horse. And I think that the fact that they put this kind of creativity in the game and things that just lets the community kind of just run wild and get creative with it is so cool to see. And I feel like I'll be spending more time creating stupid traps and just seeing how I can break the game in any way possible than actually getting through the game itself.
You know, it's
And
funny you mention it because I stayed away from all the trailers, all the announcements. I think I saw maybe like the initial like announcement trailer a few years ago, and that's it. I have seen nothing since then.
nothing else.
And then the game dropped, and I'm like, I had. So here's the thing. This happened to me in the first Breath of the Wild. Oh, you have it! I didn't know you got it.
I bought it. It's still wrapped. I'm
Oh
debating
my
if I should even
gosh.
open it. Yeah.
There was a lot of surprises in Breath of the Wild that I had no idea. Even though for Breath of the Wild, I watched all the trailers and the reviews and all that stuff, and there's tons of stuff in the game that like nobody mentioned. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if that's the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom as well, where I'm seeing all these things which I had no idea. Like building was in the game until like yesterday. I think
Yeah.
the internet just exploded over the weekend
Yeah.
with it.
They're saying like people are building bridges to accomplish their quests or they're like to bypass anything else. They're just building
Mhm.
bridges to get from point A to point B in the game. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you
you're
there.
fine. You're
It's just
fine.
yeah.
And it's stuff like that. I'm like, I wonder how that you've already said it, how that plays into the game.
Hmm.
I the game blows my mind already. I haven't even touched it yet. I've just
Right.
seen stuff on the internet. I just
Yeah.
showing up on my timeline. I'm just like, I need to play this game.
So let's leave it this then. I want to know anybody that's played the game that's listening or watching this right now. If you have any clips or any stories, tell us. Either share it in the comments below or tag us on Twitter of your clips because I'm seeing some crazy clips out there and I want to keep seeing some more and seeing what people are doing in the game. And I would love to see the game break in some way or somehow. Just something really dumb or just out of the ballpark. Just I don't know. That's just I'm into that kind of stuff.
And speaking of, Twitter and stuff, you can always, tag us or, hit us up on Instagram, Twitter at KKIndieGaming, or you can email us podcast at KKIndieGaming.com. So yeah,
There you go.
really quick before we like wrap things up, and there are a couple of announcements I'd like to talk about that are out there. A good friend of the show, Connor, he's the head of Fire Games. We've had him on the show many, many times. His latest game, which came out like a year ago, I think, We Never Left. It was kind of nestled in something called the Dread X collection on Steam, but now it's getting its own standalone release, We Never Left, and it's being released for free on itch.io.
Nice.
I have, if I switch on Discord, it'll mess up the recording. So let me look at it on
Okay.
my phone what that date is, because it's coming up very soon. May 20th. So as of this recording, it's in 5 days. So May 20th, that is getting its own single release on itch.io. So hit up Connor at Fire Games Real. That's what he is on all the socials. And, check it out. I feel bad because I do have a copy of it. I just have never played it. So I will definitely play this. Connor, if you're listening, I will definitely play We Never Left. Do not worry. I just have not had time.
Oh man. Oh dude. Before you go into your next announcement, I do want to say that so you and I stream the back rooms.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So there is a game that I've been playing called The Backrooms: The Lost Tape.
Mm-hmm.
And it's horrifying and much more realistic than the game that you and I play.
Is it multiplayer?
So, no. But it's episodic, so they're
Okay.
releasing the game. So if you buy it now, it's cheaper now to buy it, and then as episodes release, it'll be cheaper instead of buying it bundled. But I like the Backrooms. The Backrooms of Lost Tapes. It's terrifying, unsettling, and totally weird. And if you're into that kind of lore,
Hmm.
I suggest checking it out because it is probably the most realistic game I've seen based on that lore.
I will definitely have to check it out because
Yeah.
it's that game scares me to death, but I love it when we play together. Hopefully, we can finish it on stream sometime.
Well, this one is very much stream worthy. It
Okay,
is, yeah, very much.
add it to the list because I'm still playing Chained Echoes on stream, which is a JRPG indie game, and that is it's beautiful, it's glorious, and good God, I every time I play, I cannot put it down. So
Mm.
that is definitely I'll just add it to the list.
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, this does happen from time to time, and I want to apologize to this studio because they did hit us up, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, we'll talk about it," and haven't, and it's been like a month or two. So I apologize to Piggy Games. They are an indie developer out of Kyiv, Ukraine. So a Ukraine indie developer making a game called Hoglands, which is a strategy game with RPG elements. It's got hand-drawn graphics set in a medieval setting. It's basically, I haven't gotten to play it, but it's like a defense, a base defense game, which is really cool. It looks really cool. If you want to sign up for the beta, you can at piggy-games.com. And the videos look quite charming, so we can't
The
wait
game
to see.
looks cool, man.
It really does.
It looks really cool.
So shout out to the team, and hopefully we get to see more out of it. And yeah, I apologize. They hit us up to make basically an announcement like, hey, can you talk about our game? Sure. Haven't. So this is the first time we've recorded since I said yes. So
Yeah, it's been I personally apologize, but like I said, life is happening right now, and our house is it's a project. So gotta take things one day at a time. But
one
hopefully we
day
can start
at a
recording
time.
bi-weekly.
Yeah, let's do it bi-weekly, and hopefully I can stream almost daily.
No.
We'll see.
Yes,
We'll
hopefully.
see.
And now that my webcam and mic is set up, then I could probably do some stuff as well. So I don't know. I want to get back in the swing of things.
Oh, we had one more other announcement. Actually, a sad announcement that you posted
Oh,
right before we started recording.
Yes. Yes.
Brendan O'Brien, the original voice of Crash Bandicoot and other various Crash characters as well, unfortunately has died at the age of 60. Personally, I did not get into Crash until fairly recently, honestly, because it had a re-release. That's how I got it, because I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, so I didn't get a chance to play Crash. But I knew who he was, and I still know what those characters sound like. But I don't have nostalgia for it, but I still have respect for the game. I didn't, and I didn't see why or how he died, but that 60's still young.
It is very young, and what an honorable role to play in the video game industry. I'm kind of right there with you. I didn't really get into Crash. I played it as a kid. My best memories are playing it with my sister at her house, and kind of connecting with her through that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you think of Crash Bandicoot. It's one of the most iconic characters in video games. And I don't know. It's a big loss. It really is.
Yeah, so hearts go out to the family and friends of Brendan, and his legacy will certainly live on forever.
Right. Yeah.
I hate to end it on a sad note like that, but you had dropped it like right before we hit record.
I know.
I had
I'm
no
sorry.
idea. I literally had no idea until you posted it. But if you guys have any news for us or want to show anything off, I'm going to say it again. You can always hit us up at KK Indie Gaming across all of our socials. I am recording this on a Monday. I don't know when this will be released, but Saturday. Okay, so generally speaking, that means We Never Left should have released already. And I'm at the moment, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I am streaming Chained Echoes. So watch out for that as well.
Boom.
Kyle, thanks for joining me today. I've missed you. It's fun to get back at it again.
Been a while.
Missed your mustache. And hopefully work and housework don't beat you up too badly, and we get to see you again soon.
Check out my bonsai trees.
Ayo!
There you
Nice.
go.
Love it.
Surprise.
Love it.
Anyways, figure drop that.
Drop that
I'm gonna go play Zelda.
knowledge. Let's go.
I'm gonna go start it.
Have fun with Zelda. I'm going to go play Jedi Survivor probably.
All right. Bye, people.
Peace.